I've been going through my pots. I had a lot of onions that I never did pot out in the garden, or plant out in the garden. So I went through the pots and I'm separating them, cut the little tops off like this. There's some bigger ones. And then I'm going to pot them per size. And this is that size. And here's some little baby ones. So I'm going to pot them in some of these long trays and put them out on the front porch for the winter. And then once they get up there, I can come out and pick them. The front porch stays pretty warm. There's some more pots I'm going to put out on the porch. There's a tree. It's a bird paradise tree I found in one of these pots. So I gave it its own pot. So I've just been in the sunroom doing some onion work. And it smells good if you like onions. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Get ready to put some onions in the pot. These long pots. When I was digging up my sweet potatoes, I grabbed some of the roots, and it had a small sweet potato on it, but I didn't want to break it off. So it's really growing, and I was hoping it would, because I want to eat it through the winter. They're so tender right now. So I got about 2 or 3 plants of roots in the sunroom, and they're coming up. This is my best one so far. It's really looking nice. If it gets too big, I can feed it some to the chickens in the winter. That way they got fresh greens. This guy, his name's Ron. He's Pacific Permaculture, and he was telling a story about putting basil in water. And I got 3 different kind of basils from the food forest and cut them and brought them in here. And it just hadn't been very long ago, but he said it would root. And you can't probably see it, but there's little tiny roots starting. So I'm happy about that. They're a little droopy from being cut, but if they start rooting, I'm going to have a lot of basil next year. I've got some kind of white kind, this purple, and another kind. So I'm going to be happy about that. And plus, I got some seed. I'm going to cut them off. So this was an experiment. Ron said, they root real good, which I didn't know it. So I want to say thanks to Ron. Tell me about it. Here's my lemongrass. I pulled off the bigger plants, and they didn't have no roots. And I don't know how long ago it was, but they're really growing. They're getting tall and getting all kind of roots on them. Even this little one. I wasn't sure about this one, but they're all getting roots on them. And here's one getting a little stem on it. So it won't be too long. I'll probably put them in some soil. Put them in the sunroom. I put them on our kitchen window by our table so I could watch them grow. It's fun to sit there and see what they do. But they're getting big now. So I'll probably, put them in pots. This is my Texas sage. I cut it the same day I put the lemongrass in some water. And I brought this out, put it in water, had it in the sunroom. And so far, I'm not really getting nothing. It looks like one little tiny root. So it might just take longer, for this Texas sage to do something. I think it probably is, just takes longer. So I'm waiting for it. I hope it does, put it on some roots. Because I love this plant. I still got a few plants out here. I got some cactus that I'm going to sell this spring. And I've been wanting to try cooking up these pads, but I never got around to it. There's all kind of information that you can find on how to do it. They're not real stickery, but they do have some little tiny things that can scrape you. But I think it'd be easy to clean off. Then I got 4 apricot trees that I grew from seed. And I'm going to put them out in the food forest. And then this just other stuff, different things I dug up. So, anyway, I still got a stand out here to take care of. I forgot the name of them plants. Bird paradise babies, that's what they are. There. I dug up some of them. I might try to sell them for $1 in a little cup next year. People come by, and I have plants for sale when they come get eggs. And I try to make little dollar cups, you know, sell. So some of them be $5, the big ones, and then just $1 for these little cups. So that's what I'm doing. I got all these extra onions potted, got them out here. I was thinking about growing them on this porch because it's like a microclimate on this porch. And I had seedlings come out at Christmas. They were apricot seedlings I had on this porch. And on December 25th, I come out here and they popped up. I had 6 of them. They just come up. I thought, well, they're coming up in the winter. But this porch stays warm. And what helps is having this wall right here, so the east wind don't get too cold. And then we got all this cane, and around here this fence, and it kind of blocks the wind. So the front yard is kind of like a microclimate. But this back porch, sometimes in the winter, not all the time, but sometimes it gets 80 degrees on this porch. So we sit out here and swing, and you know, it's just a nice place to sit. So I thought, you know, maybe I could grow these onions out here. Be a little cold, but they still might get that warm, you know, from the sun. Bill, he says I should go ahead and plant them in the garden, but I got onions out in the garden. I just want to try them here and see how they do under this porch. And they get plenty of sun. So, see how well they grow. This is a Russian olive limb that I air layered in the spring. I just cut it the other day. It was quite tall, and I shortened it, and it had roots on it. After the air layering, it took all summer, but it finally got roots on it. So this woman, she was wanting a Russian olive, and I told her I'd grow her one, and sure enough, it took. So I'm thinking about putting it in the sunroom and see if I can't get a little bit more bushy, more limbs, because, you know, this is just a branch, and it's got the branch look right now. And I don't know if it'll live, you know, in the sunroom. I'm going to try it. So when she gets it, maybe I'll have more roots and better branching on it next year. Anyway, I'm just experimenting with it. I got some sugar water out here. It's for the honeybees. I feed them through the winter. And right now, they're getting the sugar water out of this. And they come by and drink it up. This is my second go around. And I just filled it up. Now I gotta hang it up. later on, I'm going to have a gob of them when there ain't no food. Well, and I'll put some out there on that table in a holder because there's so many of them that come for that sugar water. I like taking care of them through the winter, and they know in the spring this is where the food is. And it's like I'm training them. So, I really appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for watching.